Hello and welcome back to TOI Auto viewers, and today I want to talk to you about the all-new Karizma XMR, a motorcycle that I have been riding for my daily commutes for the past around 1 week, a little more than a week, and I'm going to be sharing my honest opinions and my impressions about this motorcycle, its performance and its behavior in the city on a daily commute basis, and a lot more. So stay tuned. So Hero recently brought back the Karizma XMR, and the latest design of this new model is really well rounded off in my books, and we have spoken about the design, the features and the performance spec of the all new Karizma in our comprehensive review, for which I will leave a link or an I button somewhere on your screen right now. Now coming back to long-term impressions of this motorcycle. Well, let's begin with handling. Well, handling on the Karizma XMR is a pretty sporty and nimble affair, however, while being very comfortable at the same time. Now that is mainly because of the very relaxed rider's triangle that this motorcycle has, because as you can see there, the foot pegs are not very set back. The clip-on handlebars are there, but they are not very low and are mounted pretty high up there. And overall, if you want, you can have a very relaxed riding position on the Karizma XMR on a day-to-day basis. However, when you feel the need to go quicker and lean into your motorcycle, then of course the sculpted tank, the split seats here, and even the foot pegs there allow you to take a more aggressive stance when you require. Excuse me for veering off. Now let's come back to the handling of this motorcycle. Well, the Karizma only weighs 163 kgs, which means that this motorcycle is really nimble. Added with the relaxed rider's triangle, on a day-to-day basis, this bike is a perfect companion for your traffic situations and really congested areas, if you may come across those. Even if you come across a long stretch of open road, of course this is a Karizma and will perform. And the grunt from the engine is ample. However, the bike does not really like to stay at triple digit speeds for a prolonged period of time. Not because the engine is not up to it, it's just that I felt that the vibrations on the foot pegs and the handlebars creep in a lot after 90 kmph. Coming back to the engine of the Karizma XMR, well, this 210cc DOHC 4-valve engine is very refined and very smooth at different ranges of speed. First of all, it sounds really nice. Secondly, it has enough grunt even at steep inclinations, and also when you want to pick up the vehicle from a low speed on a higher gear. It has zero troubles, and I hardly felt any jerks which would really unsettle me. Overall, the bike does feel really sporty and up to the job whenever you ask it. However, what I noticed during my experience was that the engine is making most of its grunt between the 4 to 6,000 RPM. Now what that means is that once it crosses the 6,000 RPM mark, which it does very effortlessly, you instantly notice that the power generation has quickly gone down, and then you need to shift the gear. Now the Karizma does get a 6-speed transmission, which is very flawless. There are no complaints from the transmission, and then there is also the added benefit of the slip and assist clutch that the Karizma XMR gets. While all those are really nice points and in favor of the Karizma XMR, I would have liked it if the XMR was making its power on a more wider RPM band, so that you could get that surge of power for a more prolonged period in a particular gear. However, apart from that, everything is all systems go, and there are no complaints from the engine and performance of the Karizma XMR for what it actually is, a 210cc sports motorcycle. Coming to the suspension setup, now this one is a little controversial with the Karizma XMR because as you can see, now these are your usual telescopic front forks. Now the much cheaper and a segment lower Extreme 160R 4V gets those gold finished 37mm USD forks. However, the Karizma XMR, a fully fed sports motorcycle, does not. Now I call that move controversial because we have been seeing that Hero is offering equipment on an over and above basis in all its new offerings. However, that is not the case in the Karizma XMR's front end suspension setup. Now, how does everything come together in terms of performance? Well, there again are no complaints from the Karizma XMR because the suspension setup, the front forks here and the gas charged monoshock here at the rear work beautifully. There are actually no complaints from my end for the XMR and its suspension setup. It is firm where it needs to be at high speeds, and it is also pretty comfortable during crossing over bad roads, bad patches, and I really had no problem. I did not really notice anything glaringly wrong with the suspension setup or its tuning. Another highlight of the Karizma XMR are the dual disc brakes, which now come with dual channel ABS as well. As you can see right here, of course, they are units from by Brembo, and the performance on these brakes are very nice, and even the rear unit responds very well and gives a lot of good feedback when you are coming to a standstill from high speeds. But one thing I did notice while riding the Karizma XMR was that it instills a lot of confidence in the rider even at high speeds and during low speed traffic maneuvers as well. Now let's talk fit and finish for a moment. Well, this is a flagship product and it also does feel like it. I did not see any glaring misalignments in the panels of the fairing or the tank here. You see everything is laid out really nicely, and the switch setup here is very good and feels premium as well. Of course, then there is the key which you turn on, and here you get the digital LCD screen. Now the screen offers you a host of connected features. It even gets Bluetooth and a number of connected features. So in the convenience department as well, the Karizma has been well endowed from Hero, and there is very little to complain about. Now considering all those factors, who is the Karizma XMR suited for? I mean, who should really look at it, and who should maybe avoid? Well, if you are somebody looking for a motorcycle which will aid your daily riding, your daily office commutes, however are not really committed to having a fully fed motorcycle or the sports setup, then maybe you can avoid the XMR and look at the Hero Extreme 160R. However, if you are somebody who is young and will probably buy a motorcycle and ride it for a prolonged ownership period like 5 years, 7 years or something like that, then you can definitely take a look at the Karizma XMR, and I'll give you my reasons behind that. My reasons are that this bike, as you can already see, it's a pretty good looking motorcycle. It is well designed. It is a flagship product, and Hero has left no stone unturned in terms of making this whole package very attractive. However, at the same time, this motorcycle is really comfortable as well. It is a comfortable daily rider which does not demand much from its rider and also offers up ample of performance. In my books, that means that this motorcycle will keep its owners happy for a very long time, and they will not be asking for more. So what more can one want? A motorcycle that looks good, performs well, and is also comfortable when you need it to be. Now at the time of shooting this video, Hero has removed the introductory prices for the Karizma XMR, which used to be around the 1.72 lakh mark. However, Even after removing the introductory price, the cost has not really gone up by a very big margin. The Karizma XMR is still priced at around rupees 1.8 lakh ex-showroom. For that kind of money, I think the value proposition of this motorcycle is really high, and one should seriously take a look at it if you are in the market looking for a motorcycle that offers good looks, well connected features and sporty riding as well.